Okay, here it comes. What a weird place for it. Right here in the middle of all these highways. And now it's gone. All right, this seems to be the way in. Kind of over a fence and up this hill. Okay, so here we are. This is Toronto's maybe weirdest placed cemetery. This is the 427 northbound leading into the 401. Over here on the other side is the 427 southbound. And right in the middle of this whole cloverleaf is a cemetery. And you know, you go back through time, 1885. This is sad, just 5 weeks, 6 days. A little child. Come over to here. Died 1918. So you get a sense of the history here. This is at a time where presumably this wasn't even Toronto. It most certainly is now, wedged in, and you know, look, a giant light standard that illuminates the 427 southbound. How did this happen? We're here to find that out. Now the guy with those answers is Chris Bateman with Heritage Toronto. Okay, Chris, this is weird.
It is a weird place. We're kind of in the middle of a highway interchange here. The cemetery is really a remnant of a much earlier time here that's been sort of swallowed up by the suburbs.
Yeah, give me that history. So I'm guessing this was not Toronto at the time that this was built. This was something else.
No, not at all. So cast your mind back to the 1850s. At this time, we would have been in the middle of fields, some small farming communities dotted around, and where we're standing, it was the community of Richview, which was on Eglinton Avenue. It was really a collection of farms and a small church house, and this cemetery was attached to that church house. The first burials here are settlers from the 1850s, and you know, the people who are buried here and the people who are grieving their loved ones here probably never expected that 150 years later we would have all this around.
How is it that highways ended up being built around a cemetery?
Yeah, well, for the people here, it's bad luck, really. They found themselves in the wrong place.
Yeah, because this is not peaceful.
No,
right?
it isn't.
Yeah.
So really, you have a few things happening. You have Toronto undergoing a huge growth spurt in the 50s and 60s. That post-war era, suburbs really start expanding. To go with the suburbs, you need highways as well. And little Richview Cemetery kind of found itself in the way of progress, so to speak. The place where they were planning to put Highway 401, or what we know as Highway 401 now, and 427 happened to intersect right here in this community of Richview. Some of the people who were buried here, their loved ones did move them on, but many people chose to keep their families here, and the highway just sort of wrapped around it. So that's how we've ended up in this strange situation.
2015.
2015, yeah. So it goes to show you that there are people connected to this place who have long roots in the community that isn't here, but they still feel some connection to this space, and they're choosing to bury their loved ones here.
And if you look at it, Kimber, 1992, 2005, 2015, chose to be here even with all of this.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable.